Hey guys, nice to meet you. First of all, I'd just like to give some shout outs to Fitri and his store for hosting this tournament every month. We have a very small but growing community, and what we're basically playing is this format called 1103, which is I think March 11th, 2011. It has synchros, it has a little bit of exceeds, and it's basically just a break for anybody who is really tired of modern Yu-Gi-Oh. They want to experience some nostalgia. They want to come back and experience the good old days, and this is like the perfect outlet for you. So without further ado, I won today. I went 4-0. I think my first matchup was against Dark World, second was against Rabbit, third was Heroes, and the fourth was Agent. So it's a pretty diverse spread, and the deck performed pretty well in general. So I was very happy with it. The plant package is Bolt, Spore, Dandy, Double Lone Fire, and Mystic Tomato. And then you have the enablers, which are Double Cut Trooper, you've got Triple Raikou, and then you also have Super Nimble Mega Hamster, as well as Sangan. So these are like the cards that you really want to open in your opening hand every time. If you don't draw this and you just draw like the plant stuff, it really breaks. So I've got Debris, only one Debris. I'm only playing one Debris. I'm playing one Lila, I'm playing one Junk Synchron, one Dopo, one Veiler, one Gorse, one Tragodia, and triple Chaos Sorcerer. I played one Tragodia because Tragodia was more like a meta core, and in general it's good because it's sort of like a trap, but at the same time it has the ability to put pressure on your opponent's stuff as well. It also you get the helps to like enable synchro summoning. And
it's quite flexible for the level that
it's
you
very
put,
flexible,
right?
yeah. So it has everything that you really want to do. I didn't get the summoning at all the whole day, unfortunately, but in theory it works really good. The other thing about Tragodia is that together with Hamster, sometimes if you do end up drawing a Hamster in the late game, then you can use Tragodia, pitch Hamster, and then take like the Thunder King Ryo or something like that. So it has a lot of flexibility. One Debris, one Junk Synchron, and one Dopo. In fact, I personally think that these two cards are the worst cards in the deck, and there's an argument to just maybe end up cutting them in favor of more consistent cards. I know the Japanese right now are playing this package, so like Exodius, Armageddon, and Zephyros. I opted not to play it this time around because I wasn't that confident in my ability to pilot the deck, and also because like our field is very anti-meta heavy. Like there's a lot of heroes, there's a lot of rabbit, so I just felt like something that was just safer, lower power levels, higher consistency, and a list that was able to sort of like win going second was very important. So in my opinion, it was just a meta call and it worked out really well. The spells are super standard. You've got Mind Control, 2 MST, 1 Dark Hole, Charge, Scapegoat, Pot, Reborn, 1 for 1, Tune, and Foolish. So these are like the main 11 spells. I don't think any of these 11 spells can be cut at all from Junk Dopo, from plants. Mind Control is really good because this deck has a problem with going second. So Mind Control basically lets you deal with an established board and just come back. So sometimes you may have like Lila and then you have Mind Control and then you make Utopia, and that's just really strong in general. So there's that. And then the traps are Mirror Force, Quarter Haunted, Torrential, Triple Limit Reverse, and Double Solemn Warning. So this package is a pretty trap heavy list. The standard traps that most people play D6. I personally think Limit Reverse is a 3-off. Like you have to play 3 because it's very much like when if you think about Teledat and how you have enablers like emergency teleport. Limit Reverse is your emergency teleport. It's a bit slower, but it's a lot more versatile, and it helps you basically come back from like an established board with your opponent, because sometimes you can Limit Reverse, get back Trooper, and sometimes as well it just gives you a lot more options to just like to basically dismantle their board. So yeah, and Solemn Warning, because I love Solemn Warning. I think this is like one of the best traps in the format. In the last game, you will probably see in the video there was a delay for a while when I had to ask about the Solemn Warning ruling against Valhalla. So unfortunately, Warning can't negate Valhalla. It also can't negate the monster that's summoned from Valhalla. So that's something new. I didn't know about that. But apart from that, warning has been great. The only bad thing about it is that sometimes plants loses a lot of life points because against very beat down heavy stuff, your monsters are like small, right? So you tend to lose a lot of life points. So extra that you got three formula, you've got double librarian, one Trish, my favorite card, Brionac, Iron Chain, Arcanite, Armory, Black Rose, Catasta, Scrap Dragon, Levier, and Utopia. In most of my testing and games in general, I've always felt like three formula was needed. You end up drawing and going through them very, very fast. And personally, I think that three is the right ratio. You just have a lot of these tuner hands, and there are a lot of times when you can make one to two formula, but you still need a third. And so I felt like it was just very, very essential in that way. There's been games as well where I've just summoned all three of them.
It's also quite strong during opponent's turn. You can just synchro summon into Trishula.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Although I didn't get to do it this time around, but like, the option is always there.
What's your take on putting in shooting Quasar Dragon in your deck?
Oh, I personally didn't, as you can see over here, because I think that the deck works better as a toolbox deck rather than as a combo deck. I mean, it has like combo elements, but at the same time, you're trying to always like grind your stuff through Raikou and everything, and then until you have like the resources to go full combo. And I feel like if there is a time when you can actually summon two level fives and one formula, you're winning already anyway. You don't need Quasar, and Quasar requires a lot of resources. And I personally just feel like just having two level fives and a formula or whatever else puts a lot more pressure than Quasar.
Yeah,
So,
having these two, you can also go into the Arcanite.
Yeah, you can go into Arcanite. You can go into Black Rose, and Librarian itself is just a great card. Like you basically, it's like a Vanity Sentinels, right? Your opponent, every time you synchro summons, you draw a card. So yeah, I felt like three and two was the perfect ratio. I know some people have cut one librarian in favor of something else, but there's been games where I do end up going to the second one. So I like this ratio. The only thing that I would try to fit into the deck is maybe something like Stardust Dragon, but I felt like none of these are worth cutting for it. Side deck was Chimera, 2 DD Crow, 2 Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon because this meta game has a lot of heroes again, as well as like gadgets and like um, Dino Rabbit. So I felt Cyber Dragon was really good. Puppet Plan for 6 Sam and heroes, 1 Veiler, and 1 Grave Squirmer. I mainly played it because I felt like it was very good against back row decks. So it has a lot of synergies. You get to synergize with Limit Reverse. You get to synergize with Mystic Tomato. And the other thing you get to do is you get to synergize with 1 for 1. So against back row decks, normally you will side out Veiler. And when you side out Veiler, I'll just bring this in. So that means like I don't have to side out 1 for 1. So I still have like my 2 tuners as well as this as a backup. So
Just a pro tip. This
Yep.
card, when it gets destroyed to the graveyard, it can target a skill drain on the field and destroy it.
Yeah.
And that's how you get over it. That's
Yeah.
what Raikou cannot do.
Yeah. So I also felt like because this deck struggles to deal with floodgates, and this is like the best thing, and a lot of people don't really expect it. So because I have this as an unsuspecting play, no one really plays around it, and it just so it has that element of surprise. Other cards I have is 3 Dust Tornado, mandatory against everything. Double Bottomless, this is just for agents. And Chain Disappearance was for like Dragoonity, the Mirror Match, maybe Karaku as well. I may actually change this for compulsory, but for now it stays as it is.
Right, so I have one question here.
Sure.
Is there any deck that you feel like there's a bit more struggle to play against?
I think basically back row decks like Rabbit or Heroes, if they open really well with like floodgates, it's really, really hard. I think the main thing that Plants loses to is itself. So bricking when you draw too many tuners and just drawing like too many monsters, which is why I decided to lower the monster count and play more traps instead, just so that it can help I can get to my mid to late game at a more sustainable manner. So I'll just go over the combos first. Lone Fire and Limit Reverse. So there's 2 lines of plays that you can do. The first is you summon Lone Fire, you tribute it, summon Dandy, Limit Reverse summons back Lone Fire. You tribute this, you special summon a Lone Fire. You get 2 tokens, 2 tokens. You tribute this, special summon Spore, synchro into formula, you draw a card, exceed into Levier. Spore will special summon, banish Dandy. So Spore will become level 5. And then Levier's effect will special summon this back. This gives you Librarian. And then with the Spore and the token, you get to make Bryanak. So from a hand of like just 2 cards, you end up getting Librarian, Bryanak, Dandy, and you get to draw 2 cards. So that's one of the combos. The other combo is again Lone Fire in reverse. So what happens first is you use Lone Fire tribute to special summon Spore. You go reverse, special summon Lone Fire. Lone Fire will tribute this. Special summon Lone Fire. And then this Lone Fire tributes this. Special summon Dandy. You use Spore's effect banishing Lone Fire. This is now level 4 again. And these two you get to make Levier. And then Levier you detach. Summon 2 tokens. 2 tokens. Yep. And then you get the special summon back Lone Fire. And then this plus this makes Librarian, Lone Fire, Tribute Self, special summon, Global, Bulk sinks to the formula, and you get to draw now 2 cards. So you have 2 lines of options, and this is like the main combo. So Limit Reverse and Lone Fire itself is just so powerful, it gets you this board. And you can only mainly achieve it with Levier. So I felt like Levier was really good.
So today we have Mike here, we are our champion today. And shout out to our M.D.S Malaysia Duelist Society store. Come and join us at 1103 format OCG.
Right.
See you.
See ya.